Hey, happy Tuesday. So there's a lot going on. I normally do this in advance, a little bit more in advance, but I'm a little bit discombobulated. I got a bunch of stuff this week. There's a lot of stuff coming up, but I'm also going to do my first live sale ever on Yvonne's channel tomorrow. It's at, I wrote it down because I'm terrible with time and I feel like I would probably say the wrong time. It's at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Central, and 5 p.m. Eastern, and that's Wednesday, October 26th. So today I'm going to explain some of the stuff, well, all the stuff I got in today's video this morning that posted, and I'm also going to give a sneak preview of what I'm going to be selling at my first live sale tomorrow. So I'm just gonna go straight down my list here. I wrote out what I paid for everything. This was such a huge steal. I got this at Penmar, this cat set. Now, there is a couple things they're not perfect about it, but I only paid $11.50 for all three pieces. So, you know, this is supposed to be a sugar bowl. I'm gonna call it a planter just because it's missing its top. And I love the little creamer. Unfortunately, the teapot does have some pretty bad crazing, so it probably won't sell for that much, but either way I'll be able to double my money with what I am calling the planter, even though it's probably not politically correct, and the creamer. So I have a huge soft spot for bone china miniatures and salt and pepper shakers. I kind of find that bone china salt and pepper shakers are pretty hard to find, and when I do find them, they're usually the same set. Whenever I see a set that's different, I pick it up for the right price. And these cards, these little aces, so cute. Made in Japan, they're in really good condition. We've got their stoppers. They came to $6.40. It's not like a major hot selling item by any means, but I just thought they were so sweet. Anything that's bone china and different, in good condition for the right price, I usually pick up because it's just like the miniatures. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of my grandma's house, honestly. Next, I got these Lefton Snowman salt and pepper shakers. Now, these were like practically free. These were only $2.80. Now, the reason being is, one, probably the vendor didn't really know what they are. Two, they have some paint loss on the back here. Really just the snow lady. Snowman lady, snow lady. Either way, you know, some of the Lefton snowmen or Napco snowmen, a lot of snowmen are really hard to find and sell for greater sums. These don't really sell for that much. Probably like $17 is the average sold price. But either way, for $3, I kind of feel like they'll go quick, and you can't really see the paint loss from the back. I mean, from the front, it's just on the back, so I felt like it was a safe bet. Maybe somebody can even repurpose these, and, you know, people make all kinds of fun holiday crafts of vintage Christmas. There's a million variations of Santa Claus face bugs. This one I thought was really interesting. It's a hobbyist piece. It's dated 1955. I only paid $2 for it. Now, of course, the ones made in Japan are the hot selling ones. And I've seen the Holland mold ones before, but this one was just kind of different. It did have like a little hairline crazing. Yeah, a little crazing there. But either way, for $2, I felt like it was a safe bet. All the Santa Claus mugs I pick up with the faces on them usually sell instantly. I try to price them pretty low, just unless they're like the Holt Howard ones, because they just go so quick and they are kind of common. Like I said, this isn't a name brand piece. It's just a hobbyist one, but I still just thought it had such a unique face. Here's a hot Christmas item. I got this Napco Spaghetti Santa Claus planter. I only paid $13 for it. It's got the good wishes on the present sack there. Some of these sell for a lot. Some of them, you know, there's so many different variations of the Spaghetti Santa planter out there. This one, I really liked the size of it. I feel like normally they're kind of big. Now, one thing I do in my Etsy shop is I do offer free shipping for orders 35 and up. So, not all the time, but every once in a while, I'll have an item where I'm like, hey, I'd really like to make like $35, sell this for $35, but I offer free shipping. In that case, I usually ship the shipping cost, cut the shipping cost in half. So for example, it would probably cost about $12 to ship this to California. It might even be, I'd have to put it on a scale, it might even be good enough for first class. But for these, actually, I do like to use a lot of packing material because the spaghetti is so fragile. So I'll probably end up stuffing this with tissue and white paper and then wrapping it, which will add some weight to it, just enough to make it over a pound, which unfortunately would be priority mail. So again, anyway, enough of my shipping rant. So with something like this, let's say it costs $13 to ship it to California, I would probably add $6 to the price that I'd like, which is $35. It's a pretty fair price. It's pretty average, considering a lot of them sell for around that plus shipping on eBay. You know, I always check the solds just to make sure, when I'm like uncertain of something, just to make sure that I'm getting a good average. Don't want to like make too many things up, especially when it's something kind of common like this. This was kind of a neat one. I got this at Penmar for $10. Now, I kind of thought it was going to trick me and be newer than it was, but it is marked Japan. I love that it had the plate. It's in really good condition. I was like convinced there was going to be a hairline or a crack that I did not see when I got home, but all in one piece. Usually mushroom stuff sells pretty well. You know, this is not like a high selling item. I did find a couple comparables. They didn't sell for crazy amounts, but it had a kind of a Merry Mushroom vibe to it. And when I see something that's like a hot subject, like mushrooms with little pink flowers for the right price, I usually pick it up. I am a sucker for these little figurines that have the rhinestones in it. You know, sometimes you see them with the poodles with the rhinestones. Anything that's got these old school rhinestones in it, I'm a huge fan. It's kind of like Hollywood Regency 1950s. Now, normally it's going to be missing at least a couple rhinestones. Surprisingly, this one was not. It only was $4. Now, it is part of a pair technically, and the lady, the little geisha lady, is obviously not here, unfortunately. That would have been really awesome. I believe NAPCO, National Potteries Company, makes these, or used to go. No, I think it's NAPCO. Either way, it's unmarked, but it's made in Japan, and all the rhinestones were there. It does have a little glue residue on it, but all these little figurines are going to have a little glue residue on it pretty much. Probably people, you know, the rhinestones starting to come out and people seeing that and stuffing a little glue back in there, or I don't know, maybe just the years kind of wear on it. Either way, for $4, I just thought it was absolutely adorable. Next thing I picked up were these little snowman NAPCO wear bells with the little birds. So cute. They were $3 each. Now, they make them in salt and pepper shakers. They make them in planters. They make them in just figurines. These ones particularly don't sell for much, but again, like I said earlier, snowmen can be a hot topic, and so can be little bluebirds. And the fact, and they made candle holders too. They're all made by NAPCO ware in the 60s. They were in relatively good condition. A couple minor pieces of paint loss. $3 each. I won't sell them for much, honestly. I just kind of felt like it was a quick flip for Christmas. Now, this next item is the find of the day. This will pay for everything I bought. I think I spent $56 if I tallied this up right. This item alone, I paid $4 for, and it usually sells for about $75. Christmas shopper girls are a hot topic, as well as Joseph Originals, Christmas. This little shopper girl with the fur trim, I was amazed to find this. It does have the original sticker back here, Joseph Originals. The last one I had did sell for about $69, and it was not in as good condition. So this was a great find, and I'm super excited to list this. I think she's just so sweet, and like I've said a million times, I'm such a sucker for any of the fur trim. There's a lot of other Christmas shopper girls, like the little NAPCO one or the used to go one with the spaghetti trim that I think are cute. Spaghetti trim is cute, but I love fuzzy ceramics. So I'm gonna go ahead and put her on my desk immediately because I'm so afraid I'm gonna break her. I'm kind of like swinging her around right now. It's making me nervous. And next, I'm gonna show you what I'm bringing to the live sale tomorrow. So it was kind of a stress finding things. Yvonne asked me to bring 8 items, which didn't seem like a lot until I was like, wait, that means I have to go around and find 8 items that I haven't shown before, which doesn't mean I don't have it. It just means it's really hard to find it because this stuff is buried deep. I have so much stuff that has not been listed, things that I've kind of like kept aside just because 1, I didn't know what it was, or 2, I wanted to keep it or wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, kind of thing. So I did go ahead and pick out 8 items. A couple of them are new from the shopping trip that hasn't been posted yet. But a couple things are just things that were laying around the house and in my kitchen drawers. So let's see. I have one of these Lipper Man napkin girls, speaking of kitchen. This is something I had kind of kept for myself, honestly. I don't need it, and it just sits on my desk, and I think it's time to give it a new home. It's a fabulous piggy bank. It is made in Japan. It's great condition. I love her face and her daisy head. I don't want it sitting on Etsy because I'll change my mind, but it's time for her to find a new home. Now, this one is Lego Japan. It's supposed to come, you can get little tacks for it. It is a calendar girl. Susie Date Minder, absolutely adorable. It definitely has some wear and some spots. It's a calendar, and then of course she's got her, I'm in the wrong frame, there you go. So cute, her little, and it's a bank, but you can't really get money out of her. So once it's in there, it's in there. Either way, she will finally be going to a new home. I've been holding on to her. She's been in one of my kitchen cabinets for like almost 2 years, which is crazy. It's time to let her go. And another bank. This I got at my shopping trip that I'm going to be posting at Roller Mills. Now, I've only usually seen these in elephants. But the deer one, I could not resist. It is supposed to have lenticular eyes. It does not. It is also missing its stopper, but he is absolutely spectacular. And I was really excited about it. Like I said, I've never seen the deer one before. This is also from my trip to Roller Mills, which will be posted later this week. This little oilcloth vinyl deer, I am obsessed with it. I had to let it go, otherwise it would end up in my personal collection, and I don't think I need it. I hope I don't change my mind by tomorrow. And since it's about to be Christmas, I'm getting rid of my Christmas elf tree. This music box. It's definitely, it works. It's seen better days. They're really hard to find. Somebody, I'm sure, will be able to clean this guy up and give him new life. It is made in Japan, and it's just absolutely darling. I didn't really think this through. I've got another music box going, but I am finally getting rid of my elf music box. This is definitely harder to find one. It's in like perfect condition. It's been hanging in my kitchen for like 3 years, and I think it's time to let it go, as happy as it is. So that's it. Couple things. That deer might actually end up staying with me, that little vinyl deer. I'm not sure. So anyway, that's it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, the live sale is at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. I'm really bad with times. Have a great day.